Hi, surprise! Am I live? Hello, said Kitty B. Hi, Kitty B. Dan Howell is now trending. Am I trending on YouNow? Guys, I've made it. You're not allowed to say fucking happy birthday. It's tomorrow. You're spoiling everything. I'm joking. Okay, let's see what happens when I go to... Okay. Tweet. Have I posted the right link? Let's find out. It's the stress. I have no idea how this website works, and I've been doing this for 2 years. Hello? I've been doing this for 2 years. 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 Okay, I'm stopping. It worked! Hi! Hey, oh god, I'm going to close that. That's distracting. Oh, I don't want to see my own face. What a horrifying image. Anyway, hello, how are you? Why didn't I do one last week? I don't remember. I thought I was... What happened last week? I was doing something, and then I was going to, but then I forgot I was going to see One Direction, so then I didn't, is what happened. How exciting. Dan, you can't do this. The E3 Nintendo is happening. Yeah, but I can't do it any other time, and I'm not going to do it for the rest of the week. So it's just about whether you prefer me or Nintendo news. However, you can watch both of them back later, so it doesn't really matter. Speaking of E3, yawn. Is the golden age of console gaming being exciting dead? Or is it just like this year and last year? I don't care. Like, yeah, I want to play Halo 5, and yeah, Uncharted 4, excited, but it's not like when I was 17, E3 was like the most exciting thing in the entire universe, and now I just don't even, yeah. So, hi, everybody. How have you been in one word? Go. Tell me. How have you been doing? Let me know. Sexual. Cake. Sleepy. Meh, said Bethany. Sleepy, said Casey. Fabulous, said Meg. Okay. Hungry. Stressed. Examined. Voldemorty. Right. Sassy. Watch out. Okay. Finals. Exams. Stress. Terrible. I was going to make a video about exams, but then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I don't have an idea, so then I didn't. Cool story. Yeah, life. What have we missed out on since we last convened here? It's my birthday tomorrow, yes, but you're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to type it because that's too early, and you'd ruin everything. So we're going to pretend it might as well be in 15 years and 8 months, as of, until then. So, shh. No idea what's happening. Exciting, though. Can I see your forehead? No, is that thrilling? There we go. A nice little forehead for you there. Is that going on your insidious forehead blog? I don't want to know what you're planning. So I can talk to you about that later. New video. Good question, Beth. So I was looking at my channel and I was like, I haven't done. Sorry about my hair. I haven't done an internet support group video in 6 months or maybe 7, or is it a year? I don't even remember. I think it might be a year. Either way, it was way too long, and I was like, "What the frick am I doing?" So then I logged into my email address, and obviously I hadn't had any new emails. So I did that, so that's exciting. Obviously, I'm not going to upload it tomorrow because it's my birthday, but soon after that, hopefully. So yeah, I'd give you the email address, but I already have way too many. Like, if you think about it, I don't know if you've seen the videos. If not, sort your life out, joking. But I only answer like 8 or so questions per video, because, you can't give any good advice in like 5 seconds. But I have over 9,000 literally emails, so don't be sad if I don't pick yours, because there is quite a lot to wade through, unfortunately. soz about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna film that and upload it at some point. Do a challenge video. Nah, don't really do challenge videos, Madison. I was thinking about Phil's favourites video that he uploaded, and I was like, nope, can't be doing that. Just couldn't put that one down as not on fire. I don't know. How was the outer world? I'm going outside later. Wow, exciting. I'm going to like a circusy thing. I'll tell you about it next week after I've been there. Dan, I usually never see you live because it's 3 a.m, but I'm seeing you for the first time now. Hi! Where the hell are you from when 9 o'clock UK time is 3 a.m. UK time? That sounds like an inconvenient place to live if you like British things. Are you excited? I can't answer any questions about my birthday. It's too spoilery. We have a lot to talk about next week. Although my family gave me a huge box of chocolates in advance, and just don't buy me chocolate. It's like you're just feeding me forcefully. You know what I mean? There are like 100 chocolates in this box. Okay, there are like 30 chocolates in this box of chocolates, but damn, that's huge. What's on your cushion? It's like a cartoon of a bear. I got it off a cushion website. Cool story. Would you come to Malta, please? My dad says that Malta smells of Subway, the English sandwich chain. Do you like 5SOS? I kind of saw 5SOS. Yeah, so One Direction concert. I went to see One Direction last Friday. Anybody got any questions about that? I love spending the day with people that vlog everything, not... It's so like, am I being filmed right now? Probably. I haven't watched all of the... Like, who was vlogging that day? I was with... Okay, everybody I was with was vlogging the day. So I went with Alfie and Marcus and Joe Sugg and Zoe and Louise, and all of them were vlogging the day, apart from me. So it's like every single moment there were 5 people filming everything at the same time, and I was like, whoa! Vlogception. Maybe I will vlog one day. That's another question that's not to do with One Direction. So One Direction was good. Incredibly large production values for One Direction, which I enjoyed. So many fireworks during Best Song Ever. Nothing like a good old pop concert with some catchy tunes. It's a different vibe to go and see a band that you really like, but it's still a good vibe. Don't ever vlog, please, said Karaoke. Don't ever vlog, please. Why not? I think that there's a happy medium. Like, people vlog their entire lives and then they feel bad for not having interesting lives all the time. And then some people are like, I don't like vlogging, because it's like, what? Why do I care about telling people what I had for breakfast? But Phil, on his Less Amazing Phil channel, has been uploading vlogs, which aren't like, here's my entire day, including my boring as hell morning where I didn't do anything, and then the evening where I just frickin' did whatever. Yeah, like maybe if I'm doing something interesting, then I can maybe film it because it's interesting. But hell if I'm going to be like, hey, so 4 o'clock, still on the internet, haven't got changed out of my pyjamas. Because that's my life, mostly. Do a handstand, Dan, for the lols. No, Laura, I would probably die. Probably snap both of my arms. It would be very traumatizing. Talk about your new dog. My family got a dog. It's a Tibetan Terrier called Colin. Lol. My family didn't name the dog Colin. Colin was the name that it already had. Like, who names a dog Colin? Do you like Colin as the name for a dog? I don't know. It's kind of Colin the dog. It's funny. I like it. Colin the dog. And then I took 1,000 selfies with it, and it licked my face, which was gross. But then I managed to post the pictures, so I guess that worked out better for my life slightly, even though I had a extremely smelly dog lick face. There's a specific smell, which is dog breath. Anyone that owns the dog will know about the dog breath. Yeah, that's good. Why did you change your bio? Yeah, so I felt like it. Not that Twitter bios are even a big deal, or that what I wrote is going to be it forever. I could change it tomorrow. But I don't know. Like, I felt like calling myself a kid was weird, because I feel like a 17-year-old calling themselves a kid would be weird. You know what I mean? Like, kid is like 5 years old. That's just a weird word. But then also, I know that people liked the internet cult leader, but I was a bit like, I don't know. It implies that, I don't know, I didn't want it to sound like I'm a big deal. I don't know. I was like, what? Subject to change, though. Who knows? I might be random at 4 o'clock and just change it to I like dogs. Watch my videos. Just crazy like that. Do I play video games? Said Prissy Silver. Yeah, I spend a lot of time playing video games, generally speaking. Are you going to see The Fault in Our Stars? Yes, I'm going to see The Fault in Our Stars. And apparently, the Fault in Our Stars that I'm going to go to, Augustus himself is going to be there, which may reduce the emotional impact of the character developments if the characters are in the same room as me. We'll see how that goes. I'll tell you about it afterwards. Wow, it sounds like I'm going to have a... oh, no, okay. There won't be a live show next week because I'll be watching The Fault in Our Stars and then I'll probably be crying for the next 3 days. So, ooh, no plans so far for next week's live show then if that's happening. Maybe it'll be an early one like this one. Who knows? Dan, do you like My Chemical Romance? Please answer. Why is that? Why don't you know that? What's in your hand? It's a receipt. Why am I holding that? What? Seriously, I tweeted about what am I going to do with my hands. Look at me. I'm just fiddling with some notepad stuff. What am I doing? Who knows? Sticky notes, though. So fun. Jared Way lives in London. Does he? Does he? Since when? I'm going to stalk him. Probably. No, I will stalk him. Is that true? Elamono, no he doesn't. No he doesn't. See, you're wrong. Whoever told you that information, they're feeding you lies. Where does he live? New Jersey or LA or something. The Fault in Our Stars was amazing. Was it? Oh, he's in London right now, is he? Okay. Good to know. I'm running out of time if I want to stalk him then. He's performing. What? Performing as Jared Way? Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'll probably see him at Reading if I go. I don't know if I am going to. Guess we'll find out. Guess we'll find out. Can you tell that I have literally got out of bed and not looked at my own reflection today? Oh, so I'm only going on camera in front of 5,000 people and I'm literally wearing pyjamas from the waist down. That's how Dan rolls. What a role model I am. Stay in pyjamas unless you absolutely have to go outside. It's the way to live, to be honest. Did you watch Formula 1? Oh yeah, I did. I bet so many people in this chat really want me to talk at length about how I feel about the Canadian Grand Prix. Although, like, poor Hamilton, everybody knows that he's just a better racer, and on a day where his car doesn't crash or something, he's just better than Nico. It's just true. Not that I don't love them both. Anyway, speaking of cars, mainly spent the last week playing Mario Kart. So much Mario Kart. So much Mario Kart. It's good. I was extremely hyped for it, and after 2 days of playing it, I'd literally finished everything. So I bought the game, and within about 60 hours of buying the game, I had literally done everything that you can do in the game. But it's still fun to have at parties. Although since I've been playing it and finishing it, it's kind of like Mario Kart 7 for me. I've gotten too good to the extent where I never lose, and it's just not fun when you're not challenged. It's, you know, when you play online and you come first every time, it's just like, I don't know. You can choose to play against regional people, and maybe if I could change my region to Japan, it would be okay, but otherwise... I'm joking, but still. I'm joking. Can you see the thing that says error there? What? It's happening again. What, like, crazy problem is that revealing? Who knows? World Cup. Oh, World Cup. Yep, so hyped for that. I am. Oh, yeah. Can we go to the cat cafe together? Ah, yes, the cat cafe. You may have seen on Phil's side channel video, we went to a cat cafe. I feel like the video made the cat cafe experience seem really incredible. I don't want to be a hater, but it was kind of crap. Like, the Cat Cafe was basically like going to a kind of bad cafe with weird rooms that smell a bit weird, with like broken lights and uncomfortable chairs, where the food and the drink is like okay, but then there's just like two cats there. There should have. I was expecting like going to a cafe and being served some drinks, and then there's just like cats up the wazoo. But there were like 3 cats. There weren't enough cats. If you're going to travel 400 miles and spend money to go to the cat cafe, I'd maybe not. But if you live next door to the cat cafe and you're bored on a Tuesday afternoon, then hey, why not? But yeah, like I said, I don't want to be a cat cafe hater, but it was a bit naff. Are you excited for the new Muse album? Said Annika. Yeah, of course. I mean, the one thing that you can be guaranteed with Muse is that each album will be a new experience. Like, I definitely liked Showbiz more than I liked The Second Law. But, hey, new Muse stuff, who knows? I think The Second Law is probably my least favourite Muse album out of all of them. But that doesn't mean that I don't still love Muse, because I do. But I'm excited. I spent all day on the Muse forums the other day. I was just thinking, like, you know, bands that must have had like crazy insane stalker fans, what was that like before the internet was a thing? What did they do? Why did they talk about their feels? You know what I mean? Weird. So then I was browsing the Muse forums, like, what are there any depths that I can lurk in there? And no, it was all very tame. I was quite disappointed, to be honest. Obviously, I'm not looking in the right places. How loud was the One Direction concert? One Direction was extremely loud. It was extremely loud. We got moved because everybody thought we were going to cause a disaster. And then the place we were moved, we were stood behind Liam Payne's mum, which was funny. She was like tearing up and filming it, and I was like, I was being emotional on her behalf. Like, imagine being the mum of one of the members of One Direction, and you see them sell out Wembley Stadium and talking to the crowd, and then just shed a little tear. We were all like watching it happening. That was cool. Do I like 30 Seconds to Mars? Sure I do. Not a huge fan, but like them. I downloaded legally Mr. Nobody to watch soon. That's a movie with Jared Leto in it, which is good, because it was the first related result for, hey, you liked The Truman Show? You should watch this. Have you guys seen The Truman Show, the movie? If not, you should probably watch it. Go on Netflix or Amazon or something and go watch The Truman Show if you haven't. It's a good movie. I hadn't seen it in years, and then I watched it again last night, and I'd kind of like forgotten the intricacies of it. Good movie. Love Jim Carrey. Oh yeah. Have I ever heard of Hudson Taylor? Yeah. I went to see 22 Jump Street the other day. I was a huge fan of the first 21 Jump Street. Like, 21 Jump Street is one of my favourite comedies of all time. I loved it so much. So I was quite hyped for the second one. And I was just invited to go see it. So I was like, sure, okay. I didn't realise that it'd be a thing that, like, many people were going to. I thought when I was told, hey, do you want to just come to this, like, we're showing 22 Jump Street, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then me and some friends just turned up in casual clothes. And then there were, like, VIP guests there, and I was like, I wasn't mentally prepared for this. Thought it was going to be casual, but there were just, like, canapes. I didn't know, but Casper and Marcus and Joe, love Joe Sugg, by the way. I'd never really spent the day with Thatcher Joe, until the One Direction day. He's really great. I love Joe. And obviously, Casper and Marcus, too, like, they look like Greek statues. Some canapé lady was walking past with a plate of tiny little burgers on a tray, and she was like, would you like some? And obviously, Marcus and Casper were like, no, we're good, thanks. And then me and Phil were like, sat there with our burgers, like, into our faces. It was like the Finn Harries incident all over again, basically. Tiny little burgers. That's all you need to trap me in a room for 3 hours. Do I like soup? I love soup. I'm a soup person. Spotify update. Do you want to know what music I've been listening to recently? Okay, according to Spotify, which is often wildly inaccurate. I'm not going to make you guess because there's no point. My number one listened to artist is Haim. Sunny weather, for some reason, just makes me want to listen to Haim. If you don't know, good band, girls, good. Favourite song by Haim is If I Could Change Your Mind. Such a good song, such a good video. Oh my god, I love that video so much. Second most listened to artist, One Direction, obviously hyping myself up for the concerts. Not gonna lie. Third is Earl Sweatshirt. Why not? Always listening to Earl. And then apparently Mason featuring Princess Superstar, which was a song that I used to listen to when I was like 14 that I suddenly remembered. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it. It's like... None of you will have heard that song before because it was like 1 billion years old, but when I was 14, I was a big fan of the video for that song. It's called Perfect Exceeder by Mason featuring Princess Superstar, and I really liked the video from that. It had some yoga balls. Big fan when I was 14, and then suddenly I heard it in like the background of an advert for something. I was like, what was that song? And then I was like, oh, I remember that song. Oh yeah. And then after that, Mozart, obviously. What else would Dan's top 5 Spotify be other than Haim, One Direction, Earl Sweatshirt, a random house DJ, and Mozart? There we go. That's me and 5 music artists, to be honest, isn't it? Yeah, I had a bit of a classical binge last night. I was actually learning to play, and I say learning to play very loosely when I'm talking about, I wanted to know the chords to a song called Seven by Tyler, the Creator, which was back when Tyler, the Creator was in his very politically incorrect lyric stage, but very much still in his jazzy chords, cool-sounding music stage. And I was like, yeah, I want to learn to play that. So I did. And then I was like, I also want to learn how to play actual classical music. And it turns out there are no piano tutorials for Mozart's Lacrimosa on YouTube, which made me disappointed, because if anyone's wondering why or how I've learnt to play various Radiohead and Muse and Final Fantasy soundtrack songs on the piano, YouTube tutorials, seriously, easiest thing in the world. You want to learn a song? Me learning Pyramid Head by Radiohead? So many piano tutorials. If you want to play a song on the guitar or piano, there are piano and guitar tutorials just on YouTube, and it's easy as buttons. But hey, you want to learn to play some Mozart, you know, only some like really famous piano music that's only been around for 200 years, no tutorials. What does that say? You have people making tutorials for Tyler, the Creator songs, but none for Mozart. So I was disappointed last night, to be honest. That's how I learned Moonlight Sonata. There will be Moonlight Sonata tutorials on YouTube, indeed. It's quite an easy one, first movement of Moonlight Sonata, and it sounds pretty. So can't you read music? I can't read music, Vicky. No, when I was learning to play piano, I have perfect pitch, and I learn things by ear very easily. I have a very strong muscle memory, which is why I'm good with tutorials. But because I could just listen to a song and then work out how to play it, and then move my hands once, and then my hands would remember how to play it, it meant that I never ever properly learned to read music, because I'd never have to bother. So my piano teacher that I had briefly when I was younger was like mega pissed at me, because I'd never learned to read music, because I'd just be like, well, you know, I did it really slowly once and now I remember it, so I haven't learnt anything. I was a difficult student. We didn't get on very well. I was a bit of a procrastinator, to be honest. Do I like Tom Odell? His music's good, but I've met him twice in person, and I find him very exhausting. He's lovely, but he's obnoxiously charismatic, and it terrifies me. I was like, you're too confident. Lovely though, great guy, cool music. Have I listened to Simple Plan? Yes, when I was 12. And if you've listened to Simple Plan, it means that their career is probably still going on strong. So good for Simple Plan. Why am I singing Jurassic Park? What the hell am I doing? I don't know. Why is everyone saying my hair looks nice? No, my hair looks... This is how I woke up. I woke up like this, but literally, this is a pillow that you're looking at right now. That's the point that we've got to. Have I been following Game of Thrones? Yes, of course. I need a haircut quite desperately. I'm going to have a haircut before I go to VidCon. Gross. Yeah. Haircut on the horizon. No, don't, says everybody. Yup, says me. Definitely needs to happen. Do I wear boxers or briefs? I don't know anyone that wears briefs. Who wears briefs? Uncomfortable. I wear boxer briefs. 99% of people in the UK wear boxer briefs. And then I own a couple pairs of boxers because they're fluffy. Mostly boxer. It's just the thing. Have I heard about the Slender Man incident? Yeah, I have. How crazy is that? It just goes to show that... I mean, I don't know. Do I really have a point to make about that? Nope. Although, I've reached my quota of narcissistic serial killers by now. So self-absorbed. Cringe. What's your favourite Green Day song? Jesus of Suburbia. Well, there we go. That was that answered. Best horror movie. Best horror movie? I don't know. Scariest horror movie. Blair Witch Project. Dan, I just broke up with my boyfriend and I feel horrible, says Isabel. Well, that depends why did you break up with your boyfriend, because if you're blaming yourself for things that you don't need to be harbouring guilt for, then that's not healthy. Am I going to Zurich again sometime? Danny, or Danae, I'd love to go back to Zurich. It was incredibly beautiful. Dan, why live show now? I was eating. What did I miss? You've missed nothing interesting. I'm going out later. And I didn't do one last week, so I was like, I don't want to not do a live show for like 40 billion years. I didn't think the Blair Witch Project was that scary. The Blair Witch Project is the absolute best example of a film only being as scary as you want it to be. There's movies where someone walks around with an axe murdering everybody, and then there's ones which are kind of more supernatural, where not that much violence happens, but it's just very scary. And that depends on your imagination and how much you want to get into it. I don't like cynical people that like question horror movies while they're watching them. It's like, if you're going to watch a horror movie and moan about it, why are you watching it? If you'd rather watch Fast and Furious than The Ring, then don't watch The Ring. But don't moan about it when you're watching it. Whereas if you, like me, love the fun of getting into a movie and desperately trying to love something as much as possible, then you can have fun. Or if it's a horror movie, be horribly traumatized. Have I seen Sinister? I haven't seen Sinister, but I heard it wasn't as good as Insidious. I have seen Insidious. That was scary for the first half, and then not scary in the second half. The Conjuring, now that shit's scary. The Conjuring isn't really the most original horror movie, but if you don't give a crap about how original it is artistically, it is so... It's very scary. If you, like I said... If you're not going to be like, I don't even get scared by horror movies, but you go into the horror movie wanting to be scared, because that's why you're watching it. It's like, watching it was like the most stressed I've ever been in the cinema. I had so much fun watching The Conjuring. It was the most stressed I'd literally ever been watching a movie in the cinema. It was horrifying. It was good. Had any existential crises recently? Constantly. I'm never not having an existential crisis. That's not a joke. My Chemical Romance or One Direction? For me personally, more My Chemical Romance. But, you know, I love My Chemical Romance and One Direction in different ways. But I feel like if you're a connoisseur of multiple genres of music, they can coexist peacefully. One Direction and My Chemical Romance do different things for me. I saw The Woman in Black last week and I loved it. Yeah, that's a very pretty, well-filmed movie. Love Daniel Radcliffe. I downloaded Kill Your Darlings legally, and I was going to watch that. I was like, is it weird if I watch this by myself? No, Dan, it's just a good movie. Anyway, Dan, do you know The Human Centipede? Obviously. I haven't watched it, though. I feel like I've missed out. Maybe I should do that. I'm interested in something. I want to ask you guys something. I have to go at like past, but that's fine. That's not for ages. What do you generally think of Ariana Grande? Not like you don't like her kind of music. If you're somebody that has no problem with that genre, what are your general opinions on Ariana Grande? Let's go. Ugly, said somebody. Brittany, that's very bad. You shouldn't. Ugly is bad. Nice, ew, talented, she dyed her hair, did she? Nice, okay. I don't like her. She's annoying. She's fake. She's over-sexualized on her innocence. Ooh, political. Very political to talk about Ariana Grande. It's like, I don't think Ariana Grande is more or less fake than any other pop star just trying to be cool in a music video. I just think that for some reason Ariana Grande doesn't pull it off as well. Like, when you see Beyonce or Rihanna or Kesha just acting like, I'm a bad bitch and the blah blah blah, you don't question it. You're just like, woo, Rihanna! But for some reason, when Ariana Grande tries to do just the same thing that everyone else does, everyone's kind of like criticizing her. I don't know whether it's because Ariana Grande's younger and therefore younger teenage girls see her as more of someone like them, but someone to be a bit jealous of rather than Beyonce, who's a woman, therefore you don't feel jealous of her. I don't know. I don't want to get too opinionated here, but I just wanted to ask. You look like Anthony Padilla. Not anymore, now that he's had it. No, we still look exactly the same. I miss Anthony. We're going to be reunited soon. It's okay. Do I like Beyonce? Obviously I like Beyonce. Love Beyonce. I just went back and listened to the whole of the Beyonce album last week. God, what an amazing album. What a gift to humanity that album was, with all of the videos on my phone. But how was Dan Gibbs' advice thing? If any of you are confused by what I tweeted about, I have a video series which so far has 2 videos. Yeah, I guess that's what it is though. Called Internet Support Group, where I ask you guys to send me your kind of relatable life problems that is something that my wisdom could be imparted on, and then I answer them. But I don't go through them picking all the most sentimental ones. I just look at them in a row, and I swear to God, 90% of the emails in that inbox are just people trolling me. It's just... But that's why it's fun. Half wisdom, half people trolling me. It's the magic, to be honest. I had to cancel going to VidCon because I'm having surgery. Oh, that's sad, Rachel. I hope your surgery goes well. What if you cut your hair like Shane? I feel like Shane just looks like a random man now that he's had his hair cut, but I wasn't, I mean, obviously Shane Dawson, iconic person with iconic hair, but it was never like the best hair, was it? Weird. I don't know, like, I feel like I could have better hair, and obviously I need a haircut right now, but I like not looking exactly the same as every other freaking person alive. In the Flesh finale. I haven't watched this season of In the Flesh. Sorry. I hear that it's very good. Am I going to Summer in the City? Probably, but that's not a promise. Have I ever been to Ireland? Yes. Do I like presents? I like presents, but I haven't decided whether the stress of having to tell everybody what I want for like Christmas or my birthday is worth it. You know, next time I have a birthday and some of my friends and my grandma and my mum's like, what do you want? Tell us what you want. And I'm like, I might just be like, the gift that you can give me is not having to deal with the stress of giving you present lists. First world problem, but I thought I'd mention it. Very first world problem, which I'm aware of, but still something funny. Favourite Skyrim race? The first time I played Skyrim, I was a Nord because I thought like it would be the authentic experience, and then I was a Khajiit because I'm a massive fairy. You are in the Summer in the City lineup. Well, I guess I am going then. Yes. Do I like Arctic Monkeys? Yeah. Do you like Arctic Monkeys? They're a good band, aren't they? Very good band. So, I mean, yeah, exams for all of you. Ooh, how's it going? Sorry about exam. Opinions on Charlie are so cool. Like, I love Charlie's. Of course, I love Charlie. Charlie was like the god that everyone used to look up to back when the popularity divide on YouTube was much worse than it is these days. I love Charlie, but then sometimes I disagree with a lot of his opinions. Oh my god. So what's with all this YouTube culture stuff happening at the moment? I feel like I don't really... I guess most of you guys probably saw Pewd's video the other day, where he just... I wish I could just turn on a camera and talk for 4 minutes and upload it, instead of thinking about a video for 15 hours and then spending 3 days editing it. But I guess if those are the kinds of videos that I have to make, that's something that I have to deal with. I don't know, like... I guess the whole thing... do you feel like there's a because you know how, like... Louise and Felix were like, I'm going to try to break down the wall between us. I don't feel like there's a wall between us. Do you? It's like, have you seen the conversations I have with you guys on Twitter? I talk about the most mundane things constantly. I feel like there's only a wall if you're like Charlie and you don't ever talk to someone strange. I mean, like, you go to a YouTube event and there's thousands of people that want to meet somebody, and obviously there's going to be a literal fence because that's called crowd control, but that's another conversation. There is all... Like, I don't think that... I mean, you know, there's... I'm so over this... Like, I hate YouTubers just being, like, dramatic and then, like, dragging everyone else into conversations because they're also other YouTubers. It makes me just want to be like, stop. Everybody stop. Everybody stop. It's like, I don't see you guys as fans. Like, I'm not some bloody boy band member that treats you all like my internet girl slaves. You're just other people on the internet, and yet it's fun to be a fan, and, you know, there's a community of people that watch our videos, and that's okay. But what? It's do whatever you want. Just, you know, the difference between being a fan or not a fan and then being the kind of person that kind of, like, screams or is a creepy stalker, that's separate. But there's no wall. There's merely a piece of glass between us and several thousand meters of optical fiber and a satellite. Play League of Legends. I tried to play League of Legends, but I was too confused. So I feel like playing League of Legends would ruin my entire life. It would ruin my entire life. So you like Felix? I love Felix immensely. I feel like if I got into League of Legends, it would literally ruin my entire life, which is why I haven't tried to get into it, basically. Do I like gherkins? I love gherkins. I never used to love gherkins, but much like all those... What was I tweeting the other day? Like, a list of foods that I used to hate and then grew to like. Never hated mushrooms. Love mushrooms now. Used to not like peas. I like peas. Used to not like sushi. Now I like sushi. Used to not like gherkins and pickles, and now I like them. Opinion on the new D'Antverd album. Yeah, I skimmed through it and I wasn't thrilled. I don't know. I don't want to... Like I said, don't want to opinion too hard on D'Antverd, but I feel like, you know, their singles are good, and Fatty Boom Boom was, like, okay, but their albums, it's kind of, like, a bit crap. They're still super cool. Oh, I could talk for, like, 15 minutes. You know, if I want to talk to you about my opinions on D'Antverd, that's like a whole nother conversation to have for 15 minutes, and no one cares, so that's fine. Sorry for tweeting obscurely about Death Grips the other day. You know, I just have to be myself. If, you know, if there's not being true to yourself and then just tweeting in the way that you feel like people on the internet would want you to, that's one thing. And then if there's tweeting about things that you have an interest in, but then not because you don't think anyone would be interesting, I feel like it's important that even if no one gives a shite about what you're talking about, that you still tweet about it. So, yeah, sorry if I ever tweet about some obscure news that none of you are aware of. But even if 99% of my followers are confused, I'll know that there's like at least 23 people out there somewhere that'll understand whatever I just said, and they'll be like, huh, I didn't know Dan liked that, cool. Soz for being confusing. What shoes am I wearing? I'm not wearing any shoes right now, because I'm inside my house. Exciting life updates. I had a SSD installed on my PC. I decided that normal hard drives just weren't fast enough, so I installed a solid state hard drive into my computer, and now it is faster. That's the most exciting thing that's happened in my life recently. The Space Hopper Dan versus Phil, OML. Yeah, so the people that help make our Dan and Phil radio show, I was saying recently, I want more hilariously embarrassing Dan versus Phils, like previous ones, like the Wellington boot ones and the Caterpillar ones, and so they're like, okay, Space Hopper Pac-Man, oh god. Don't know if you guys watched the radio show on Sunday, but by far the most stupid Dan versus Phil in a lot. Oh man, try to catch balls on a space hopper and then not drop them out of the bag on our front. It was funny. I like that some people are like, I can't believe they get paid to do this. It's more for your entertainment than it is for our enjoyment. It's like, yeah, I'd buy a space hopper and have fun, but I wouldn't have a space hopper and try to do some kind of task and have the whole thing filmed and put on the internet forever just for my own fun. Would you like to hear a song about a Pac-Man I wrote? That intrigues me. Don't know how I'd listen to it though. Omega Rufina Alpha Sapphire. Jesus, have you seen Mega Swampert? That thing is on some serious roids. Like, bro, do you even lift? Mega Swampert does. It's like the Hulk in like a Swampy Frog Pokemon. Excited, obviously. I've like lost, and when I say lost I mean misplaced, my copy of Pokemon that had my competitive battle team on it, so I'm going to just remake it on Omega Sapphire when that comes out. Can I pause you? No, but you can watch this afterwards if you want. Do I like Rammstein? Juliana, I freaking love Rammstein. Love Rammstein so much. What was their last album? Rammstein is one of those bands that I was obsessed with as a teenager, and I probably like missed their last album. Wikipedia, because I bet all of you people listening right now are big Rammstein fans. Nope, their last album was Liebe ist für alle da. What an amazing... Wow, that came out 4 years ago? Okay, that makes sense, kind of, looking at their discography. It does make 4 years is the average time between their albums. Wow. Love, oh my god, yeah, Rammstein, amazing. I'd love to see them live, but I don't have any friends that are into, like, heavy music, or enough of them to, like, go to Sonosphere or download. I'd love to go to Sonosphere, or download, at some point. Although I feel like the lineup, they just have some bloody, like, Iron Maiden or Metallica headlining every single year. Not that when I saw Metallica at Reading in 2008, it wasn't freaking incredible, because it was. I'm going to my first concert this month. I'm seeing Fall Out Boy. Good for you, Kerry. First concerts are fun, and Fall Out Boy are very good live. My first big concert was maybe Fall Out Boy that I went to with friends without a parent taking me there. Had to go to Brixton by myself. Oh no, I went with friends on the train. Scary experience, but it was good. It's so crazy that you are going to your first Fall Out Boy concert, and I did exactly the same. We're just the same. We're the same people, basically. But which is good. What the point I'm making is that it's good for Fall Out Boy that, like, when I was a really young teen, I was obsessed with Fall Out Boy, and now they have young teens being obsessed with them still. Happy for Fall Out Boy. My first concert was Busted. Awesome. I have no idea what my actual first concert was. I probably went to like Spice Girls when I was 4. I have no idea. Probably did a lot of things. What's your favourite anime? My favourite anime ever is Full Metal Alchemist. Some other good ones include Sword Art Online. Did you see my little conversation with Joey the other day on Twitter about Madoka? So true. An anime that could have continued on for like 10 seasons but just ended after 1 for no goddamn reason. Hate you. Favourite MCR song? I don't have one. Unlike Green Day and me saying Jesus of Suburbia, favourite MCR song is a way too impossible question. Someone said, do you like Black Butler? I do like Black Butler. It's like a 7 out of 10 if Full Metal Alchemist is a 10 out of 10. And I found how Shota-y, the relationship between Sebastian and Seal was a bit weird at first, but then it got less weird as the show continued. But then season 2 was like it made me uncomfortable with its sexualness. Like, I love anime. I might make a video about this one day, and the gist of the video would basically be how I find sexualness in anime weird, especially when kind of middle-aged Japanese men are sexualizing like 10-year-old boys and girls. Creepy.org, but Japan is a different culture to ours, I guess. Larger conversation, much like other opinions. I might try to actually articulate that into something, or not. Who knows? Which metal bands do you like? You know, I haven't been that thrilled with a lot of metal music in a while that's new. I mean, looking at my Spotify, there's not even much going on there. What is Death Grips? Death Grips are a band, kind of, which is like it's like a mix between, it's like, imagine really angry hardcore rock, but it's computerized instead, like really punky, horrible sounding electronic music with a guy rapping over it, which is kind of a mix between a guy. So it's like a cross between electronic music and rapping and like screamy metal, but lots of people think that it's like incredible, but a lot of you would really hate their music a lot. The cat pillow is creepy. It's a bear. It's like a bear cub. Have I seen Soul Eater, the anime? Not yet, although I have been recommended to it. Linkin Park, yep. Avenged Sevenfold, yep. Big fan of Avenged Sevenfold when I was 16. Avenged Sevenfold. Music's a bit cheesy, but good songs there. Fun to play on Rock Band. When's your new video? Hey Lottie, my new video is going to be uploaded sometime after my birthday tomorrow, when I'm not going to do anything because it's my birthday. La 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 la. And no, you're not allowed to talk about it yet. I met Hodor from Game of Thrones. Did you? Oh my god, I bet he's so sick. I bet when anyone goes up to the actor that plays Hodor, they're like, can you make a video message for my friend? It's for my sister, she's a big Game of Thrones fan. Could you just go, Hodor? I bet that's his entire life. I bet that's literally his entire life. I met PJ on Monday. Did you meet PJ? That's funny. Were you stalking him? Don't stalk people. It's fun, like, on the concept of what's stalking and what isn't stalking. If you meet someone that you know just walking about and you go up to them and say hi, that's fine. And if you know that that person is, well, you know, if it's like a meetup or something like that, that's obviously fine. And if you know someone is going to be somewhere at a certain place at a certain time, but they don't know that you're going to turn up, it's not necessarily evil, but, you know, that person isn't entitled to talk to you because they might be busy or something. But then working out where someone will be at a certain place or time and then just kind of like stalking them, that's a bit creepy. I dated someone with the initials MCR. Did you? That's funny. Oops. Say something about Jennifer Lawrence, said Russian C. What about Jennifer Lawrence? She's generally amazing in many ways. What are your thoughts on Lana Del Rey? I like Lana Del Rey. She's cool. What do you think about GCSEs? In hindsight, I think with GCSEs are ridiculously easy exams. When I was doing them at the time, they ruined my entire life. You'll be fine. You only need to get good GCSEs if you're trying to get into a college that requires you to get certain GCSEs, or you're applying to Oxford and Cambridge, like I did, and then they tell you that your GCSEs weren't good enough. What about mindless self-indulgence? I wasn't big into mindless self-indulgence, but I had a lot of their music that I liked quite a lot. Oh, push notification on my... Oh, I hate iMessage on your computer sometimes. It's like, stop interacting with me. I don't have my phone on me. I'm supposed to be avoiding you. So yeah, in like a future where I've sorted my life out, I may not vlog entire days, or maybe, who knows, maybe just vlog select cool, funny moments like Phil has been doing recently, because I really like the idea of that. Or maybe, if my problem is that I'd rather actually live life than worry about filming it and how I'm looking filming it. Which is the thing, you know, when I was with the 5 people vlogging their One Direction day, it was like, are you enjoying your lives? Or are you acting your lives and filming the lives, which is making you not enjoy the lives? In that case, if I'm doing something where I'm like, I don't know if I want to film while I'm there, I could always just talk about it. Like, you remember my I Am Mexican video? That was me, like, talking about a holiday. It was kind of a vlog, because I was telling you, like, funny stories, but I got to enjoy life as it was happening. I'm watching this while watching one of your videos. No, concentrate on the videos. Appreciate the work. I'm joking. I've got a curry now. Bye. Lorraine's got a curry. I'm immensely jealous. Dan, wear bright colours. It's summer. No. Tomorrow it's my exam, said Hayes. Good luck. Good luck. So much luck to you for that. Truth or Dare 6, please. Probably in August. Probably. Country music. What about country music? I've spoken about this before. I had a playlist of country. I had like a period where I got into country music and I made like a playlist of good country, and then everyone was like, country is dead, there's no good country anymore. Are there any new country artists that aren't just like, my beer and my truck and my girl and my freedom and my dirt roads and my truck and my dirt roads and my cold beer? Hunter Hayes, is he the country Justin Bieber? Hunter Hayes, yes. He was at the Grammys. I was like, I'm swooning, what's happening, who are you? Was he the guy that performed at the Grammys the other year? I think so. Dan, you should write country music, should I? I got my cold Ribena and I'm on the internet, staying inside cause I got no friends. Although saying that, I am going outside tonight. What's happening to me? Am I coming to Reading soon? I technically went through Reading the other day to get to my family's house. What a dump. Joking. Never forget where you came from, Dan. Except I'd love to. Why do I keep messing with post-its? Because what do you do with your hands, ever? What do you ever do with your hands? Who knows, man? Do I watch Dexter? You mean the show that was sometimes incredible and sometimes good, and then sometimes, yeah, and then sometimes the worst ending to anything ever? How dare you betray me, you ruined my life. Yes, Dexter. Yes, Dexter. Oop, what do I think of Rihanna's dress? You know, if Rihanna's happy to do that, I'm all for it. Fashion, you know what I mean? You know, there's, you know, this is another, like, opinion-y thing. I don't know whether this is really something that I'd ever talk about, but there's, you know, when people are talking about, like, is it right for a girl to wear, like, X amount of clothes? I feel like there's a difference between conversations on sexualization and then just, like, your personality, in the sense that some people are like, I like Justin Timberlake because he's a gentleman and he's always wearing a tuxedo, and I wish that all men and women were like Justin Timberlake and then Adele. But then other people are like, no, it's fun to be sexual. I love Rihanna and I love a sexual male, and it's okay to not wear clothes if you don't want to. Yeah, you know, maybe that's not something that you should be politically forcing upon people or just being angry about, and maybe just about your own personality and how you feel about tastefulness and how much you care about that and gentlemanliness as opposed to just being sexual. Don't start this conversation. Okay. Are you exciting for the new Sherlock series? What, the new Sherlock series in 190,000 years when it comes out? Don't talk about Sherlock! Don't talk about Sherlock! Ugh. It's just left a hole in all of our hearts, hasn't it? Where am I next travelling to? I'm next travelling to America to go to VidCon. Super excited. I feel the pain. Okay, I have to go get ready for my thing that I'm going to, that I still don't even really know what that is. Is there anything else you wanted to say before stuff? Basically, I'm making a new video. It's an internet support group. Pretty funny. And also informative. And I'll upload that after my big day tomorrow. Oh, I hate attention. I'm not a birthday kind of person. I don't mean that, but like 10%. I love birthdays. Birthdays are fun. Yeah, look forward to my new video. Be cool, and bye. Your homework is to listen to a genre of music that you think you hate and then try to like some of it. Bye!